Yeah, and it falls down a pit. Welcome back to episode 66. You may notice it's just two special boys today.
Two special young, fragrant boys.
Kib warned us that he wouldn't be in today.
But
he did, right?
Here's the thing. Kib told us, I'd say 3 to 4, possibly 5 weeks ago, that he was, going to be gone and that he wasn't coming in this Monday. Many things happened in that time period to prevent you from remembering that he's going to be gone. So this morning we come in, it's 9:45. I'm like, hey, where's Kib? Steve, hey, I don't know. And I'm like, wow. And Steve's like, wow. And then we just had a moment. And so I check Find Friends. Oh, he's in Illinois. And then I was like, I remember now.
Just so you know, I'm going to be out on Friday. For part of the day.
Me too.
I'm going to be leaving probably at about 2 to 2:30. I have to take Alyssa to the doctor.
I have to take a mental health day. I'm going to Great Britain.
Are you really?
No.
What are you doing?
My grandma.
Yeah, me too.
But you already said what you were doing.
I'm taking Alyssa to get my grandma fixed. She's getting neutered.
Earth to James.
So this is
She's getting neutered.
This is episode 66?
66.
You know what this reminds me of?
The old days.
Oh yeah, when we were at SourceFed, I know we say this all the time. Dude, we talk about this all the time.
We do, don't we? We had a hit award-winning podcast back at SourceFed.
What did we call it?
It wasn't the SourceFed podcast. I don't think it had a name.
Dafter Hours.
Daft Punk Hours.
Oh, also, if you didn't know, Jamie and Mimi aren't in because for some reason people take Thanksgiving way too seriously.
They take the weekend, the week after, before and after off.
I didn't even go home because I was sick, but we have Vicky, an all-star behind the camera. We don't have a Vicky cam today. She's the one switching.
I wish, man. That'd be great.
We'll see if she gets this right.
Dude, we'll have a Vicky cam. Next time she forgets to switch off of Vicky cam, it's on her the whole time.
Which camera are we on?
Wide right now.
Wide?
Hey,
everybody.
What are you doing up there?
Oh, also, I'm Steven Suptic.
And I'm James DeAngelis.
Oh, see, you kind of missed that switch a little bit. Didn't really. You kind of have to now, Vicky. You kind of have to know what's
now
coming.
She's on me.
Oh no, she just went to me. She just went back to me. She's freaking out.
The entire hour, we're just like, okay, now she's on me.
Who's she on?
On me.
Oh, there we go. Okay,
it's okay. Don't worry about it. We're pulling your leg.
So no more freaking
pulling your leg.
Vicky out.
What am I from the 50s? No, now it's just pulling your leg.
So you weren't on last week's podcast. I caught a little bit of flack. For a conversation that we had.
What did you talk about?
Nothing too serious. It was gun control. But Vicky, did you watch that at all?
No.
Okay. So Kib and I had a conversation. Mimi and Autumn both stayed out of it.
Smart.
Kib brought up an idea, and I just want to.
So now you want to bring it here, and get the moderates' opinion on it. You want to get the moderates' view.
So here's the idea. Kib was saying that in order to prevent more gun deaths in the United States, we should make it so that if you want to own a gun in your home, you have to have a pistol that can only read your fingerprint.
Mm-hmm.
Great idea and concept. Could it ever work?
Potentially 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line. It's definitely not a right now solution.
10, 15 years. That's quick.
Oh, I'm going light because here's the thing. That would only apply. There are different ways to do that. There's so obviously if they actually pass legislature on it and they're able to put the regulations where any future gun is already going to be sold with that technology.
The NRA is so powerful.
They're also very stubborn.
Yeah.
And it would also require previous gun owners to have to probably re-register their weapons after proving that they put this on their gun, right? Mm-hmm. That means that would just take a long time. Even if every single person followed the rules, that would take a long time.
And the resistance to it would be
oh my
tremendous.
God, I'm saying the 10 years would be passing the fucking law. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That would never fly because there are enough people that would be against that it wouldn't pass.
And I think the reason I caught flack is because I was so dumbfounded by the idea and didn't understand. Kib brought up an aspect to it that didn't matter which was the Second Amendment. And he was bringing up that
The Canadians.
the Second Amendment was created to make like a resistance if necessary. Brothers in arms, if you will.
Yeah, it's to rise up against a tyrannical government.
Which is true.
Not rise up, defend yourself. It's not like everybody rise up and fight the government. It's like if the government becomes tyrannical, you are able with weapons to form some sort of resistance if it came to that.
But I caught flack because I was so dumb. I acted dumbfounded because I didn't understand how that supported his idea for the gun thing.
How was he using that to support that? Sounds like he was just saying what the Second Amendment was.
That's what I didn't understand. He just brought it up and then kept talking about it, and I kept being more and more confused because I didn't see how it related to actually passing that legislature. I mean, he was saying that because you have to consider, the reason for the Second Amendment. No, you don't. What does that mean?
So he didn't say, did you ask him what that meant?
Yeah, and then I caught flack for it because everyone said they understood what Kip meant. I understood what Kip meant by his idea for the handgun thing. That's not a biggie. I was just trying to see.
I think that's an interesting fix. It's kind of the best of both worlds, but then, so it would basically just be a sensor that would read your fingerprint, right? So I guess the fear in that is like any sort of tech has the room to be hacked or has the room to be like regulated. Like you think about like the fingerprint that you use to open up your phone and how it just stores. Now everyone's fingerprints are stored from that. Even people that have never committed a crime should never be on in any sort of like database for looking at criminals. But it's the database that Apple has been used, right?
To find criminals?
Because of fingerprints?
There was...
Or am I getting that mixed up with the Ancestry
I don't remember
thing, the 23andMe thing?
Who it was. I just remember there was a point where... and this goes to the saying, what do I have to hide? When the privacy discussion comes up and... I don't remember if it was Google or Apple, but police used to have to specifically zero in on the person they were interested in and then get, warrant out to search their technology.
Yeah.
Now, I believe they can search in a wide range of places. Like they can just circle in on a whole fucking block or something, and just look through all of their information on social media and all of their texts and all that. I don't know if it needs a warrant.
Is that still like, because wiretapping a phone is still admissible in court, right? Without a warrant.
Is it?
Yeah. If you don't have a warrant to tap someone's phone, it doesn't matter in court. It's viewed as like, even if you have the person saying, I killed him, but it's on a wiretap that wasn't warranted.
So if it's not,
it wouldn't matter. That man could admit a crime, but if it's not within a warrant, then it's dismissed.
So can you still show it in court?
I think you can, but they usually don't, because what's the point?
I mean, if you're on the jury and you see that, wouldn't you be able to still be like, I mean, I realize that's not, couldn't you make a moral judgment and be like, yeah, he said it?
Yeah.
But I guess it doesn't come down to
I don't know if they, I don't actually know. I don't think that they could submit it for evidence.
Yeah, that makes the most sense.
It's not legal.
Oh.
Yeah. But that was like.
Well, that's good.
Tap it on the phone. What does Drake say, Vicky? Still hearing clicks when I'm talking on an iPhone.
Oh, and then I got people saying that fingerprint guns actually do exist. I know.
Yeah, they do.
I didn't realize that.
Well, it's on a very the first company to start making them.
It's a dope idea.
Hey guys, check this out. It's a thing that could fix everyone's problems. It's like, wow.
The only way to fix everyone's problems is
a purge.
To get out there and vote. When you turn of age, get out there and vote. Don't be lazy. Go vote turn the House progressive, turn the Senate progressive, turn the president progressive. Try to get a progressive president that puts more progressive judges on the Supreme Court. That's how you start that. Get the laws passed.
I have an interesting thing to say, and I'm not sure if I want to say it.
Oh, now you have to, bitch. Oh.
So I listen to a lot of different people talk from a lot of different sides of the spectrum.
No, you don't. I'm just kidding.
No, you don't. You're right. And it was a very interesting... Dude, you didn't read that. You want to read
this one?
Nope. It was a very interesting argument that Ben Shapiro made, actually.
Ben Shapiro?
Yeah. Do you ever listen to him?
I see him get made fun of all the time online.
Oh, yeah, he does get made fun of. He's a meme.
Dude, he gets ripped apart.
But he's a smart guy. And he knows how to speak well. And I don't agree with everything that he says, but I think that he does a good job of explaining things from his perspective.
He's eloquent.
But this is one thing that I thought was an interesting point he made because he was on Piers Morgan's show. And
he's great. Piers Morgan's great.
Dude, I want to show you this clip after because it's like, you're going to laugh. He like destroyed Piers Morgan.
Good.
Like to the point where Piers Morgan was like visibly angry, like on his own show because of a guest, like visibly upset. So they were talking about the Sandy Hook thing and how it calls for gun control, right? And the simple point that Ben Shapiro made was that, you know, he's like, okay, well, why do you want gun control? Why do you want stricter gun laws? He asked Piers Morgan, and Piers said, like, well, to stop all this, you know, to stop these mass shootings. And he said, okay, well, what kind of gun is done, or what kind of gun do they want to pass stricter gun laws on? And it's like assault weapons, right? That are automatic or whatever, that can fire a lot more bigger bullets faster.
A lot more bigger bullets.
A lot more bigger bullets. And so he said, right, well, do you know the percentage of gun casualties per year? Handgun versus assault rifle.
You don't have to tell me the numbers.
I made them. But the bottom line is handgun is exponentially larger than assault rifle per year. And the mass shootings cause like an outlier effect, which is going to be higher than the average of assault rifles. Even with that, the handgun numbers way higher. And so Ben Shapiro said, okay, well, if you're kind of like, if your motivation behind wanting stricter gun laws is to stop deaths of people based on guns, then you would want to stop and put stricter gun laws on handguns, because that's where the numbers are coming from. And I see so much reason in that argument. And I'm not saying that I want all guns banned or I don't want stricter gun laws on assault rifles, because I do think that there should be. There's certain weapons that you just don't need to have. But again, I think that should be on a state level. So his argument about like handguns being where all the big numbers of the casualties come from. So if you want to prevent people from dying from guns, you would go towards the handguns versus assault weapons, just because like that's what's in right now, is like talking about the ARs and stuff like that that are being used in these mass shootings. And so that's where it's coming from. But it's like, it all comes down to like any political party wanting to pursue an agenda and become more popular in one way or another.
Did you hear about, this is more of like a one-off story. Did you hear about the police officer that got really drunk and ended up in the wrong home?
That's incredibly unbelievable, that story. Yeah, and she killed the guy in his own house.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And then after, okay.
Didn't realize that it wasn't her house, killed the owner of the house.
Dude, I think that there's more into this case for some reason. I think that...
Oh, a conspiracy.
Possibly. I think that a lot of the times things are more complicated than they seem, because it was so stupid, this story.
But didn't she go to jail?
Did she? I believe she did. I know that she got fired, right?
Because I don't think anyone would bite the bullet in a conspiracy for their police force if they're going to go to jail for a long time.
What state was that? Vicky, do you know? No. Was it New York or New Jersey? So she goes into his house, breaks into his house, right? Or was it unlocked? Doesn't matter. Goes into his house, thinks he's an intruder, shoots him dead, right?
I don't even see where this...
Then, like, weeks later, they're doing the investigation. Then it's brought up, oh, but there was weed in the house. So fucking what?
Wait, what?
Yeah. I remember seeing that.
Police... Was it a police officer? Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoots. Man in his own apartment. Okay. Oh, was it in Dallas? I think they still have...
Texas for sure.
Yeah, I think they still have... You're from Texas, right, Vicky?
Yes.
They still have really strict weed laws there, right?
Oh yeah.
What is wrong with them? And they're so progressive in so many ways. No, they're not. They went with Ted Cruz. Jesus. That's so funny. No, it's sad. I hope...
Ooh, speaking of weed, I have a funny story after this.
I hope Beto O'Rourke runs for president. That'd be dope. This is his time.
I don't know enough about him.
He has a way with people. He gets he's everything the Democrats need, which is to get them inspired. It's unfortunate that the Democrats have to rely, their base has to rely on a candidate that gets them really inspired in order to go out and vote, but it is what it is. So, this is the most updated version. A grand jury has started hearing of evidence in the case of former Dallas police officer who fatally shot her unarmed black neighbor in his own apartment after she said she mistook it for hers. Daryl Washington, an attorney for the family of the slain man, said the grand jury began hearing the case Monday. Amber Grigor was arrested on a manslaughter charge after the September 6th shooting of Botham Jean, a 26-year-old native of St. Lucia. So I don't think it said whether she's going to jail or not, but hopefully she does, because that's so fucking stupid.
Yeah,
And
that's why I think that it's like, so did it say that she was drunk when she went in?
Grand jury is hearing evidence. This is another article. An attorney for the family of the slain man, so it doesn't bring it up. I feel like I remember she was drunk. Either way.
Yeah, either way.
Either way, very stupid.
So stupid.
So yeah, she hasn't been. It hasn't been decided yet, which is interesting.
Sorry to change the subject. So Kib texted me that he got one of the special mucks, like the rainbow muck.
The rainbow. Oh yeah.
So
dude, who cares? Is that what he is?
I caught a shiny Grimer.
So did I.
And a shiny one or a special one?
Shiny.
Yeah, but I just was like, oh, cool, I have a shiny one. And then he's like, did I show you my Tyranitar? Just the way, my Tyranitar.
Dude, I got to show you. I'll show you after the podcast. I got a shiny Pikachu.
Hell yeah.
Turned it
I was
into
trying to,
a shiny
because
Raichu.
I found some
there's
Pikachus.
community day coming up, so you'll be able to get it.
Oh, cool. I was trying to get a shiny, what's it called? Magnemite. I got a shiny Eevee up in Seattle.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alyssa got 2. I'm very upset. I also got a shiny Aerodactyl.
That's dope.
It is. It's purple.
Dude, I'm
very excited about it.
Caught my one and only Aerodactyl up in Seattle.
You know what I did all this Thanksgiving?
No.
Sat in my car, blew out mucus through my nose, and played Pokemon Go.
That's dope.
That was entirely it, and I'm level 36 now with 600,000 XP into it. It's so sad. You do a level 5 raid, you put on a lucky egg. Damn, that's 20k XP. You go in a group, you join the local Discord, you hit up every single raid that day. That's a solid 500,000 XP, maybe.
Yeah, but then that's what you do that day. I have a funny story, speaking of Seattle. So I was up there for Thanksgiving, and as we all know, weed is very legal there, and all their weed shops up there are like amazing. They look like hip coffee shops, good, like nice wood everywhere, nice glass cases, everything smells good, and it's like everything's just super, all the merchandising is so professional looking. So I go up and I look at the product to see what I want to get, and I hear from behind the counter, oh dude, I fucking love Sugar Pine 7. A fan was working there. Pretend like I didn't tell you the story earlier.
A fan was working there?
Yeah.
What did he look like?
Well, he was engorged with salt water. He'd been in the water for hours.
So
He'd
he
been
was
dead for days.
Okay, he was bluish tone.
Bluish, a bit colorless. He was engorged. He was swollen. Seaweed and other various ocean foliage covered him.
Man, our base is so diverse. That's
yeah,
crazy.
No, we have dead fans.
I also went to a weed store over Thanksgiving break. I wanted
Oh my
to...
God, who are we?
I wanted to... Because I haven't done it in a long time. I wanted to masturbate high. That was the goal.
Right on, dude. What happened next?
They just said that I was like, hey, do I need a card, a weed card? And they're like, yeah, for this one you do. And then I just went home. I didn't go to another one because I didn't feel like getting a card. It's just too much effort.
Yeah, it is. That's so stupid.
Can you do it online?
Yeah, I did back in the day.
Does that go on your permanent record?
It's in your medical history.
I had a friend that was really worried about
I don't think it matters.
getting a weed card, so they made me buy weed for them.
Why? Because they didn't want to, like, he didn't want to get a card?
And I never really buy weed, so I had to go out of my way to get a weed card to buy weed for them.
Are his parents checking his medical history regularly?
It's a she, and you know her. But I'm not going to say any names.
Look at me in a way that I'll understand.
Useless human being.
Poppy,
yeah. And she's huge now.
Yeah, and dude, you ever heard her?
Why don't you, I know you were
right.
mentioning products before.
Yeah, I was mentioning some products. So let me tell you guys about another product we've got here. It's a really good
Listen
one.
up, Vicky.
Thank you so much to Hims for sponsoring this episode of Beyond the Pine. We appreciate you, Hims. You've been with us for quite a while now, and we hope that this is the ad read that makes you stop. So here's the amazing thing about Hims.
It's amazing.
It's a brand new wellness company for men, right? And one of the things that happens with men is we tend to eventually start to lose our hair.
Oh, hair, yeah.
Yeah, we tend to eventually lose our hair.
Well,
Receding hairline, thinner on the top. You get that monk look.
well, yeah, it looks funny.
Yeah, no, it's cool for some people.
No.
Some people can really pull it off.
No, they can't.
And the thing about that's really tough is once you start to notice your hair leaving, it's
already too late.
It's already too late. You know this one.
Yeah.
You know this one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the hairline is slowly moving back to the point where it gets to the back of your neck and then starts growing in reverse. That's the crazy part when you've lived long enough for that to happen.
A guy named Ted.
Ted. That did.
A
happen
Ted
to
would do. A Ted would have that.
Or a Ned.
Ted or Ned.
Even a Fred maybe.
Yeah. Ted, Ned, Fred.
If your names are Ted, Fred, or Ned, you're probably going to be bald tomorrow.
Yeah. Don't even listen to this ad.
But the crazy thing too is that people always turn to these weird solutions.
That is crazy, James.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And they're usually herbal or holistic, kind of quote unquote natural things that for some reason people believe is going to help your thinning hair, and it doesn't. Quote that new slogan for Hims. They're going to try these things to think it works. It doesn't.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you think of that right now.
That's one of the nuttiest things I've...
But there's a solution to this problem.
Sure.
And it's Hims. forhims.com. And it's a one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, sexual wellness, all for men.
Come on, pump up the energy, man. What is
Pump it
it?
up.
What is it? Say that again. Come on.
forhims.com, a one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, and sexual wellness for men.
Oh,
Now
that's
you feel
what it is.
Now you feel it.
That's amazing. Yeah, I'm feeling it now.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't before. Now I am. That's insane. Now I understand it. Very cool.
I'm glad you understand it, Steve. And here's another cool thing. You might think, okay, well, it's just a company that's claimed that it has all the solutions for hair loss. It's not.
I thought it was hearsay.
They connect you with real doctors and medical grade solutions to treat the hair loss. So you're
Do
not
I get
talking
to meet the doctors in person?
Probably
Probably
that's a
not.
good question.
Probably
but
not.
the cool thing about it being online and a service online
need a
is
friend.
that there's no waiting room to deal with. There's no awkward kind of I'm going to
I'm so lonely,
I'm
James.
going to a clinic where I have to wait in the waiting room and all I don't want anyone to know that I'm losing my hair because I've been trying to make excuses or
Alyssa
whatever.
kicked me out.
But you don't have to do any of those awkward in-person visits. You can go directly to forhims.com. And I hear what you're saying. We'll talk about that after, Steve. So all you have to do is answer a few quick questions, and the doctor will review and can prescribe you right there. And the products are shipped directly to you, and it's great. I mean, honestly, I know that Jamie uses Hims, and that damn boy is beautiful. I'll tell you that. Jamie makes me think about some things every time I see him.
I would never
That's a
know
lie.
that he has hair loss.
I wouldn't. Yeah. He's got a good hair ahead for him. Like it fits his whole style.
Yeah, he does have a good hair ahead.
But here's the kick. Here's the good part, everyone. You're probably thinking, okay, I've been noticing some of that, or like, oh, my dad or my uncle, whoever's been noticing some of that. So you can order it right now, and my listeners, thank you very much, get a free trial month.
Mine.
Sorry, I said
listeners.
free. Unfortunately, I misspoke.
It's not free? What is it?
My listeners get a trial month of Hims for $5 today, right now, while supplies last. That's just $5 for a trial.
$5.
And you can see the website for full details. And I'm telling you, this is going to cost hundreds of dollars if you go into a doctor or try to get a prescription that way. But with Hims,
I never will.
Yep, a trial for $5. Check this out. You go to forhims.com/pine.
Checking it out.
/pine. That's forhims.com/pine.
Pine.
To check it out and get a $5 free trial for $5 at forhims.com/pine. Thank you so much.
Did you say a $5 free trial?
$5 free trial for $5 and it's free.
Thank you, Hims.
Thank you, Hims, so much for sponsoring this episode. We appreciate you, and we will never speak of this.
When I start to lose my hair and I want my mustache to come back, by the way, I've gotten a lot of...
That's not what's going to be gone, dude.
There's someone made
That'll
a post
stay.
on our subreddit about it.
Do people... Oh, they made a petition? Do people lose facial hair? I feel like that doesn't stop.
I don't know.
I've never heard of like, yeah, I've been going bald on my upper lip. Just don't laugh at me, Vicky.
There's a video on here called Sugar Pine 7 doesn't belong in the Let's Play family. Oh, it's on Game Attack. Oh, it was from a video we did a long time ago. Never mind. I was about to get really confused. So let's see. Where's this goddamn petition?
Wait, what was that video?
It was a long time ago when we did it was their title for the one where we faced off against them in that shitty game show. Yeah.
Right.
Where is this goddamn this post?
Just go to new.
It is.
It is.
It is on new. It's here somewhere. Where does Steve get his meerkat jumper from? I got it from VidCon, bitch. Here we go.
Just let everyone know today's episode is sponsored by water.
Petition to get Steve Suptic to shave his mustache. Parentheses, please, Steven.
They think that they know you well enough to call you Steve.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of people in here saying you're not growing a mustache. You just have a light amount of long hairs on your upper lip. Are you sure? Don't listen to the hater, Steve. Grow that boy out. It's as grown as it can get is a response to them. That's a bummer. At least trim it and keep it clean, sir. No. You're the man that all the tall boys working at the grocery store need. What does that mean? Fuck this. I watched Tusk.
Bad.
Jesus. Did you see Tusk, Vicky? No. Did you see Tusk?
Is that the one with Daniel Radcliffe?
No, it's the one with Justin Long.
What's the one with Daniel Radcliffe where it's also like weird?
That's the one where he's the devil, or has the horns grown out of him?
It's called Horns?
Probably. It's probably actually called Horns.
Oh, is Tusk the one where he turns into a walrus?
Yeah, where he gets turned into the walrus like a human centipede kind of thing. Oh my God. Did you see it?
I saw clips of it.
Holy shit.
I saw the end part and I was like,
It's like kind of disturbing in a way.
It's very graphic.
In a weird way.
I think it was trying to be like campy, culty horror, but it was just like weird.
It wasn't as graphic as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like, the most disturbing thing was just seeing how obtuse the walrus was. And you didn't really feel bad for it because it was so stupid.
I don't know well enough or anything about it to care. I want to see Mandy.
Yeah, it's great.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see it.
It's really do smoke weed before you see it.
Oh, I don't want to have a panic attack.
It will give you one of those. I watched Overwatch. Dude.
I watched Fortnite earlier.
I'm sorry. I meant to say Overlord.
Oh, cool. How was it?
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was genuinely really fun. Did you see Overlord, Vicky?
No.
Just kidding. What have you seen?
Nothing.
Oh, honey. Poor lady.
Did you see, is it Beyond? I think it's Beyond the Black Rainbow.
I've only seen, Autumn showed me the trailer for it a long time ago, and I told her I was going to watch it, and then turns out I didn't.
I want to talk to her about it. It's the same director who did Mandy. Panos Cosmatos, I think. Greek dude.
Oh, is it some Greek thing? So does Mandy have, I wonder if it has like a underlying Greek mythology? Like,
no, it's not Yorgos Lanthimos.
Yeah.
Yorgos is the guy who did like the lobster and stuff.
Yeah.
This is a different guy.
I just figured because they're Greek.
That's all that they have.
Yeah, my big freak,
Dude,
freak Greek mythology, man.
Dude, my big fat Greek feet. But Beyond the Black Rainbow, it's
called But Beyond the Black Rainbow?
But Beyond the Butt Rainbow. It has such a cool style. It's like one of those movies that nailed its visual style.
It's very Kubrick-y.
Yeah, and people were like, oh, he's the next Kubrick. You can't say that about anyone after one movie.
No, he's more copying him.
Yeah, or at least inspired by.
I guess you could say paying homage, but it's very, very similar in a way.
It is very similar, but it's also not. It's a little bit less narrative-driven than Stanley Kubrick, in a way. Yeah.
Well, I guess, Kubrick's films are more about the narrative than they are the characters, because the characters in like every Kubrick movie, I mean, even The Shining, you don't have an emotional connection to them, really. And that's because it's not the point.
Different things, yeah. He plays with different things, and I love the way that he, like. I watched, I think it's Lessons from a Screenplay. I think was a video about The Shining, and it made a really interesting point. He plays with juxtaposition, so like in a scary movie, like a horror movie, the sound is, imagine there's a scary scene, right, or like not quite a jump scene, but a scary situation.
Sure.
You have the building tension of the suspenseful music, and then like during any sort of climax for that scene, right? When you see the monster, it turns the corner, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't do that. He does it like randomly. No, but yeah, exactly. He'll do the opposite. Like Danny's riding through the hallway, just, and then all of a sudden just he'll turn the corner, and nothing, and then he's still just riding, and just goes, right?
Yeah.
Because it's creepy. And then like the scene where Danny's in like one of the rooms, he's like looking at the painting, and he turns around, and he sees the two twins there, and it's just like the whole time, like no change, and like, dude, that shit is psychological. That affects how you feel.
That's what I prefer.
Yeah, it's just better. That's like why that's such a great film.
That being said, Haunting of Hill House still has what I believe to be one of the best jump scares of all time. Did you see Haunting of Hill House? God damn it.
I listened to it.
Are you going to watch it?
Yeah, I do want to. I'll wait till like Lauren's out of town or something.
I wish I didn't tell you there's a really bad jump scare in it. I mean,
a bad one or a good one?
It's really good, but it's like bad.
Ooh.
It's like,
that's okay. Well, I'm not going to know when.
No, yeah, that's true.
And if anything, if I'm watching it closer, waiting for it, it'll affect me more.
I need you to watch it. Did you say Lauren's out of town right now?
No, I said when she goes out of town.
When does she go out of town?
I don't know, I might.
Well, you go figure that out, mate.
I want to watch it, so.
There's something, I don't know who posted this in the chat, but this is interesting to me. Hong Kong, their first sex doll brothel is no more.
That's heartbreaking. That's truly heartbreaking. Because then, like, I have a trip to Hong Kong planned. I don't want to go anymore. I don't get to go to a sex doll.
How much are sex dolls?
Like
are sex dolls expensive?
The crazy, like super realistic ones.
That pisses. Okay,
because they're the super realistic
That pisses me off when I go on a porn website and I see like a great ass, and I'm like, yeah, dog. And then I click it.
I say to my boy who's next to me, yeah,
dog. You check this one out, and then I click it, and it's some guy fucking a sex doll, and that pisses me off.
Yeah, man, that's just weird.
He's just laying into it. Now he's doing it real good, like but as good as he can.
Well.
He's not doing it great.
Oh, no, he's doing it as good as he can.
Yeah. And then I'm like, still into it, because I just assume that, this guy's getting some action with a really hot, it's a doll. And that's when I discover it's a doll. Sorry, all I can think about is the terrible thing I've done over Thanksgiving break. And I'll save it, because it's just going to bum me out. And I'll continue with the sex doll story. A venue billed as Hong Kong's first sex doll brothel has closed up shop after 2 months in business. 2 months? Wow, they couldn't make it. I wonder if it just ran out of funds. Police on Friday raided the business's dimly lit site on the 5th floor of an industrial building in Hong Kong and arrested its operator. I wonder what crime he committed. We'll find out now. Patrons at this Mary in the Kwun Tong district of Kowloon paid $64 or a Hong Kong 500 to spend an hour with one of the 3 plastic dolls it provided. That's gross, dude. To fuck some doll that someone else has fucked. Yucky. And then here's the owner of this Mary said he provided a service to people who struggle with intimacy issues. I think that's sweet. Here's a sign from their brothel. We not remember day, we remember moment.
Okay.
Customers were required to wear a condom. There we go. And the dolls were soaked in disinfectant for about 30 minutes after each session.
Dude, put them in the tub.
That's the only way to do it. The service was part of a marketing pitch aimed at encouraging customers to buy a human-sized silicone sex doll, which sells for between $2,300 and $3,800. So that answered my question.
$dollars?
Yeah.
Wow.
Makes sense.
That is an investment, man.
Yeah. A lot of lonely people have a lot of lonely money.
That's true.
I feel bad. Kind of thing about that they have to resort to that. It's better than a prostitute, though. Better than a prostitute.
Yeah,
sex connoisseur.
No.
Or no, that's a sex worker.
Concierge.
A sex worker. But a police spokesman said a 30-year-old man was arrested following an anti-obscene objects operation on Friday. Oh.
A what?
An anti-obscene objects operation. So they just didn't like the sex doll part of it. In a previous interview with the South China Morning Post, the man who only wanted to be identified as Rex
Excuse me, sir, what's your name? You can call me Rex. Why?
No.
Why? Because I do.
Rex said he opened the business in September after stumbling upon sex dolls last year after working as a salesman. He goes on to say, some men have been single for a long time and do not have many chances to meet women, he said. I'm helping with their mental needs. But even before his arrest, the business had a few takers. I want to know why exactly he was arrested. A police source said the man was arrested not for the sex doll business, but for publicly displaying sex toys for sale without properly covering them, as required by the Control of Obscene and Indecent Articles Ordinance. You'd think that in China, so you do something that risky, you'd want to be able to make sure you cover all your bases.
Yeah, I mean, what is he hanging them up in the window and saying,
but arresting him.
You can fuck these.
Yeah. The 3 sex dolls on the premises were not seized because no relevant laws seem to be applicable for police to act on.
So they're all alone.
On Saturday, this Mary announced on its Facebook page that it was suspending its business, citing problems with the company's operating model. I wonder how he was able to
problems with the company.
Post that. Someone may not want to talk to people, but perhaps they're not good at social skills, and so they talk to the dolls. It's more than sex, says Rex.
Look, and that's all nice, but I think that it's more important in the long run to work on social skills.
Have we talked about the rights of AI after they become sentient?
Oh, no, we haven't, but I just recently listened to the Elon Musk part on Joe Rogan.
Oh, the Joe Rogan thing? That was interesting about the cyborg.
Very interesting. That's not even the part that interested me the most, because I don't think that that's... If we didn't have a choice, that's one thing, but that's we're no longer human. I don't know, because he's saying that, like, and I think that Joe Rogan's even said this too, like the instinct to want to keep developing and advancing technology that's like built into us, right? Kind of. And so like he thinks that the next step in human evolution would be a merge of technology and human beings. And I don't think
scary.
That's very scary. And I don't think that's necessarily right, because eventually, you know, if one outweighs the other, if we're 51% technology, like cybernetics, whatever, and 49% human, you know, we're no longer human.
Well, it's more just adding a chip to your brain that allows you to have photographic memory, right? That's the main aspect of it. So you can
that would be that chip, but that's like superhuman.
Yeah, it is. And the scary part about it is you forget things sometimes for a reason.
Yes.
And if you're able to remember everything,
well, Kib needs it.
Sucks.
Kib needs
it.
Yeah.
We would cyborg Kib.
Mm-hmm.
Poor guy can't remember anything even when he's told. That's okay.
Dude.
But that's...
But no.
You have a traumatic accident or something.
Yeah,
you don't want to remember that shit.
Exactly. And like, yeah.
Maybe they'll have safeties in it or something. I feel like they understand, they know more about it than we fucking
right,
do.
and they wouldn't just give a superpower to anybody, right? They would have it be regulated in some way, in the same sense that AI exists right now, but it's not true. It's not full 100% free AI. It's AI that's, you know, that follows certain algorithms and it's not allowed to like move past certain things. It's not like
and it would
Siri,
probably only
shit
be
like
able
that.
to be as powerful as the size would permit it.
Exactly, yeah. But he was even talking about like the next step beyond that is all your memories and everything are on that chip. So then, in theory, you could just move into a different body once you get too old. Then that's talking about like immortality and stuff like that. And I don't think that those are all things that I don't think are human. There's a certain aspect of being mortal and not being perfect that I think is inherently human. Humans aren't perfect. I don't think we're meant to be perfect. And I don't think that we'll ever reach a point where we're perfect but still be human. That's why I think like all of the technological advances and right, we get the chip, perfect mind, eventually cybernetic, blah, blah, blahs on our body, we're a perfect body, then we're no longer human. Like what makes you human, right? The conscious. If that conscious is artificial and not from the spark of light, you know, when you're conceived, the sperm hits the egg, a flash of light happens.
Yeah.
Truly.
Sorry, that's the only kind of porn I watch is deep insertion.
Dude, like
from
super
inside the
neuron
vagina.
microscope, just the oh fuck yeah. Holy shit.
And they're all lobbed up so you can hear outside of the vagina. I don't think it's that cool to be human. I don't think it matters that much. I mean, I don't think anyone's meant to or there's no reason to be meant to be anything be meant to be, if it works out and it's semi-affordable and the first people have done their trials and it's worked out horribly for them, but then it starts to work out well, I would do it in a heartbeat. I don't really care that much about the moving my brain chip over to another body later on. I care more about just, going hard while I still can. If I want to live longer, then I have the opportunity to, if that actually is a real thing. But it would mostly be for my dogs. I would put a chip in both of them so I can get new dog bodies but still have their same personalities, and then give Winnie better hips. Because that's a dream. You know it costs like $50K to clone a fucking dog?
I thought it was 20. Did it go up?
Why,
Maybe it depends
did you look
on
into
the-
that, Vicky?
I definitely looked it up.
I'll be cloning both of my dogs. I'll need to. Because if I don't, then I won't have them.
Yeah.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And one thing I definitely do need, though, is to stop spending my money on things like cloning my dogs.
Right. You
And
do that too much.
It's the best way to spend your money, at least in my opinion, in Kib's opinion, in Philip DeFranco's opinion. He does reads for Robinhood all the time. Now, let me tell you about Robinhood. Robinhood is an investing app that lets you buy and sell stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptos, all commission-free. They strive to make financial services work for everyone, not just the wealthy. That's unfortunate. I usually try to stay above. Non-intimidating way Robinhood is for stock market newcomers.
Sorry, what was that?
It just starts off with non-intimidating way. So as I read it how it is. It is a non-intimidating way for stock market newcomers to invest for the first time with true confidence. I was the tiniest bit intimidated, but that's because I don't learn things good. And I need to do them many times in order to get even the simplest tasks
No,
right.
I think you learn things good.
If I want
just
to.
think that you're very impatient.
Yep.
So you'll skip 20 steps. So it takes you longer because you keep going back, but you keep skipping one still.
Yeah, and my parents, they realized there was a problem there when I was a kid. So at the dinner table, sometimes they put a piece of paper out, and there's a little prize that I get for completing all 5 steps. But I would skip steps.
Like what kind of steps? We should get back to this. Tell me about that after.
Yeah, I'll tell you about that after.
I want to hear about those steps.
Truly. I don't remember what they were. Anyway, Robinhood is a simple and intuitive, clear design with data presented. It is simple and intuitive. I should just add "it is" to the beginning of this.
You should.
Robinhood is simple and intuitive. It has a clear design with data presented in an easy-to-digest way. It does.
Oh, yeah.
Now, here's where I motivate you to buy into stocks that you can find on Robinhood.
In sales, we call this closing.
Robinhood gives you suggestions, which is very helpful. At least it was for me, because I didn't know. All I know about are cryptocurrencies, and my God, are those, at least Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all that,
Fickle.
have dropped so far down,
Very
and
fickle.
I'm so upset about that. But I didn't know jack shit about, real stocks. Now the Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies aren't real, but they're not. And that helped me out a lot for them to recommend real stocks. Robinhood is it has no commission fees or cost. The brokerages charge up to $10 for every trade. But Robinhood doesn't charge commission fees, trade stocks, and keep all of your profits. You can keep all of your profits.
That's sick.
Who was this written by? I'm very upset. It takes out a lot of consonants that I need to do
You don't know what consonants are.
vowels. The design, once again, is easy to use. It's easy to understand. It has easy charts and market data. You place a trade in just 4 taps on your smartphone. The Robinhood web platform also lets you view stock collections, 100 most popular sectors like entertainment and social media, and curated categories like female CEOs and analyst ratings of buy, hold, sell for every stock. Vicky loves CEOs.
Yeah, Vicky's a big fan of CEOs. She has pictures of them.
So learn by doing. You learn how to invest as you build your portfolio. Discover new stocks and track favorite companies with personalized news feeds, custom notifications for price movements, so you never miss the right moment to invest. I have notifications set to my phone. Hi, Samson. Every day, and some of them I don't understand because I don't know the acronyms of some stocks. But I look at the green plus sign. I'm like, hey,
That's
they're doing good.
Yeah, they're gone.
So Robinhood is giving listeners, our listeners specifically, they're giving you guys a free stock like Apple, Ford, or Sprint to help you build your portfolio. So sign up at beyond.robinhood.com. That's beyond.robinhood.com.
.com.
Now, I'm not supposed to make any recommendations to you guys for stocks or anything.
Is that illegal? Insider trading?
I have no idea.
I'm a big fan of
maybe.
insider trading. Big fan.
I just know there are certain stocks not working out for me.
But
once
regardless
again,
of that,
not real
thank you,
stocks.
Robinhood, for supporting us. Thank you so much.
You guys have
And
returned.
we hope that any viewers or listeners can, reap some of those benefits of being able to effectively trade stocks, because I really don't know nothing about that. But I've wanted to get into that for years.
I feel like I don't risk enough with stocks. I got
Life's
burnt.
all about risk, man.
I got burnt with
Bitcoin?
cryptocurrencies, and
Well, it's because I think there were about 15 to 20 times where you should have pulled out, and you didn't. Because you kept hoping they would keep going up. You would you put in a bunch, then it would go down and come back up and go back down and blah blah blah. And you're like, no, it'll go up. And I'm like, no, because this is the trend.
I'm not a fair weather investor.
And the top peak.
I'm not
is
listen to me. I'm not a fair weather investor, bitch.
I put $50 in. You know what I took it out at?
What?
54.
So you made $50?
I made $54.
Jeez, goddamn.
Sorry, I made 4.
So my parents, I guess they knew something was wrong. I wish they would have explained it to me better and be like, I wish they were like, hey, you gotta fucking figure this out.
Patience thing or a memory thing or.
I don't know, because I wanted the prize. I know that. I don't remember what the prize was. Probably Bionicles.
Oh, dude, that would have been a dope prize.
It probably was Bionicles.
Every single prize was a different Bionicle, dude. You could have had the whole set.
Well, I did have I ended up having the full set anyway.
Because I cried.
Yeah, I had to. But I was very disappointed. I don't remember exactly what the steps were. But
you said it was during dinner?
I'm sure it was.
It was about like
whatever. Yeah, because that's the only time I would
finishing
be
your
at the
dinner,
table.
cleaning your shit.
I don't remember if it was before dinner or after dinner. Pointless. But I feel like, because I don't remember the steps, my parents probably just looked online. They're like, my son has some sort of thing wrong with him, memory or whatever, and show him this riddle. It was probably like a fucking riddle or something. And it's like 5 steps, and I looked at it, and then I'd miss a step, and my dad would just be so surprised.
That you missed?
That I'm sure that they didn't.
Or he was like, God damn it, Steven.
No, they didn't show the worry, I don't think, to me. But if
Maybe they were studying you.
If I was doing that to my son or daughter and they could not do the same thing that I couldn't, I'd be like,
well, now you know.
We gotta send him somewhere, do something about this.
Well, here's the difference, dude, between our generation and their generation. All of these like learning disabilities and shit didn't come out while they were kids. It came out while they were already adults, already starting to have families. You know what I mean? So like somebody who's 40s, 50s isn't going to like believe all the new shit, right? But we're growing up with that being a fact that there are learning disabilities and shit like that. So we're already aware of those things for our kids. So that alone is like a step up in the next generation. Well, not this one that's like out right now, but the next one.
Dude, I can't wait for
because this one out right now fucking sucks.
I can't wait for every old person besides my parents to die. It's going to be amazing.
My grandma?
My grandma is 101 right now.
Yeah, my grandma's 90.
Fucking die.
Okay.
Nobody deserves to live that. I mean, not deserves, but nobody wants to live that long, you know?
It's an
nobody
interesting
wants
thing.
to live that long.
Like, I'm for medical advancements that are natural in the sense that, like, you're still human. I don't want a chip in my brain that's going to make me live another 50, 70 years, but I'm, like, part computer.
Dude, I know Alyssa's going to die before me, and that's going to suck. Because my family, they just don't die. No one in my family fucking dies. They just keep living, besides the uncles. But I'm not an uncle. Because I don't have siblings. I'll never be an uncle.
You'll never be an uncle. Well, you will. You absolutely will. By marriage, not by blood.
Oh, but it won't be an uncle. It'll be a step-uncle. Or a, what is it called?
An uncle.
Because
I know what you mean.
Because of Alyssa's brother's kids.
Yeah.
But it won't be an uncle.
Yes, it will. You're absolutely an uncle.
I call my Aunt Pam's husband Mr. Gary, not Uncle Gary.
Well, that's because you're a freak, dude.
He's not my uncle.
Yes. Okay, what do you do?
Nothing.
What did Mr. Gary do?
Mr. Gary.
You just remembered every fun memory with Gary. What should we talk about? What do you guys want to hear us talk about?
There's a
To live
an
audience.
interesting article from USA Today. It says, and this is more about technology too. Self-driving cars will likely lead to more sex on the road. Study says. This is a fun study. I didn't realize people were even considering
that's
that.
for sure. That's for show, though, dude.
Have you ever had sex in a car before?
Not while moving, but yes.
You've never gotten a blowjob while you're driving?
No, because I can't concentrate on the road.
Oh, they're fine.
Who's they?
The blowjob.
They? The multiple blowjobs? What are you talking about? I said if I'm getting a blowjob while I'm driving, I can't concentrate on the road enough.
And I said I can because they're fine.
Yeah, and that made
And that made no sense, man.
But yeah, I've had sex in cars.
Have you ever tried to get a blowjob while driving?
Yeah.
And you just were like, I gotta pull.
I'm like, I'm it's happening, and I'm like, right, and then I'm like, and you're
trying to merge.
and there's a moment where I'm just like, oh, and then like okay, we gotta pull over.
Dude, what happens if you come while you're driving? That's gotta be.
See, my mind, like, it would feel great, obviously, but my mind would be like, oh fuck, it's gonna be a mess.
What if you?
Dude, I get pulled over post climax, and then just like.
Dude, you get pulled over. The police comes over to you. You're still going.
Cum
Climax
shot.
on his face.
Headshot. I'm out of here. Put her in fifth. Put the car in fifth.
Sir, do you know why I pulled you over?
Sir, do you know?
Sir, do you know why I pulled you over?
Yeah. Sir, do you know why I pulled you over? Holy shit. This is fun.
That seemed funny.
Have you ever gotten a blowjob?
Yeah.
While driving to climax?
Yeah. No, not to climax, because I don't think blowjobs are as good as like anyone thinks they are. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I don't know.
Blowjobs are not my favorite thing.
Okay.
I
love
like them.
blowjobs.
I like blowjobs. No blood. No blood.
No blood should ever be involved in a blowjob.
No one should ever be bludgeoned during a blowjob. No.
That's true. That's a fact. Why don't you like blowjobs, dude?
It's not that I don't like them. I think
they're just not your favorite, so that's not your go-to.
Yeah,
Right, that's
I like
fine.
hand jobs more than blowjobs.
Handjobs seem more like apathetic to me. Unless they're used like as foreplay, but if there's just like a one-off hand job,
You're thinking
they just seem
you're thinking
more
of pathetic. And
Yeah.
yes, they are.
No, I just feel like if you just get a blowjob, it's just like, okay, you done?
You ever done anal while driving?
On who? Me? Yeah, what I did was this is what I did when I was driving. I got it hard, but it was also soft. So I pushed it around long ways around my leg, got it to my butt, and then it's kind of like this thing.
You gave yourself anal while driving?
It's kind of like this. So it went over, and then it goes.
Oh, turtles in.
Dude, that's the funniest image to imagine. Just like not actually, like as a cartoon, and even still, it's gross. But just
No, yeah, even as a cartoon, that's gross.
Yeah.
Did you see Upgrade?
no, not yet.
Damn you. Well, there's a self-driving
busy,
car
dude.
thing in it that makes me actually very scared for self-driving cars in the
Anal?
future. Now, obviously, it's
Analyzing.
No, someone else controlled their car and then crashed them, which scares the shit out
That's
of
my
me.
thing about like too much tech. Is you can hack anything. Why wouldn't you be able to hack someone's self-driving car?
Do you remember
No, dude, I don't.
Do you remember
Sorry if
the
that was loud, Victor.
Die Hard movie? Was it Die Hard 4?
The one with Justin Long.
Yeah, maybe.
No,
where,
he's not the son, but he's like the
But where the terrorist turns all the red lights green?
Mhm.
Why hasn't someone done that yet?
I don't think you can.
Can
I
you?
feel like it's not on a.
Who controls the stoplights? Vicky,
Oh my God, you can't.
who controls the stoplights?
Oh, every stoplight is controlled by a person. So there's a big building somewhere that there's 1 billion people in it.
Traffic lights are sometimes centrally controlled by monitors or by computers to allow them to be coordinated in real time to deal with changing traffic patterns. Video cameras or sensors buried in the pavement can be used to monitor traffic
Oh,
patterns across a city.
Easily. They're on timers, right? Because that's why they change during like rush hour and shit. And also, if you're at a red light and there's no cars coming on the one that's green, it's not just going to stay on for like 30 more seconds. It's going to switch.
Can a terrorist control stoplights?
Specifically a terrorist.
Why it's becoming impossible to stop the terrorists is the first article. New York traffic lights hacked. And the same this is Daily Mail. God damn it.
What's Daily Mail?
Just a shitty news place. Researcher claims to be able to control light patterns in Manhattan. Say technique can be used in all major cities. Uses special $4,000 router to control traffic sensors embedded in roads.
I think Daily Mail interviewed us one time.
They're great. Daily Mail is great. They are a great and reliable
Dude, Daily
news
Mail
publication.
owns us. Owns RT. Good to your
What an
skull.
awful parent company. Sorry, Daily Mail. You guys are great. He was able to take control of the sensors. Sensi's Network's VDS-240 wireless vehicle detection system, which are installed in 40 U.S. cities, including San Francisco, Los Angeles, New York City, others. The system is comprised of magnetic sensors embedded in roadways that wirelessly collect data. Is this true? Mail Online contacted Sensi's, but it did not respond to requests, probably because they wouldn't want to say that they controlled stoplights, because wouldn't that be illegal?
Who controls it?
Some scientist, Cesar Cerruto, an Argentinian security researcher with IO Active, says he can control traffic lights and even reroute traffic. Now, this is all just hearsay, but Cerruto says he was inspired by the movie Die Hard, which sees hackers controlling the city's traffic. And he goes on to say, probably many of you have watched the scenes from Live Free or Die Hard. That's the movie. Die Hard 4. Okay, so I was right. Where terrorist hackers manipulate traffic signals just by hitting enter or typing a few keys, he wrote in a blog post revealing the hack. I wanted to do that. I started to look around, and while I couldn't exactly do the same thing, parentheses, to Hollywood style, I got pretty close. By exploiting the vulnerabilities I found, an attacker could cause traffic jams and problems at intersections, freeways, highways.
Fuck.
There are no traffic signs at highways. Maybe they just mean on the ramps.
Yeah, if you just have it at red and no one can get on.
Just makes it really inconvenient for everybody.
Come on.
Just go.
You can go. It's how's you broken.
Cerruto said that once he bought a sensor for himself, he found it was relatively easy to control after getting the devices. I'll do this in, how would you imagine this guy's voice? It's like an evil scientist.
Oh, I liked the one where he's kind of stupid that you were doing.
After getting the devices, it wasn't difficult to find vulnerabilities. The vulnerabilities I found allow anyone to take complete control of the devices and send fake data to traffic control systems. Basically, anyone could cause a traffic mess by launching an attack with a simple exploit programmed on cheap hardware, $100 or less.
You say that to someone.
I even tested the attack, launched from a drone flying at over 650 feet, and it worked. Cerruto said he even let the firm that makes the sensors know. What I would like to mention is that the vendor was contacted a long time ago, September 2013, through ICS CERT. The initial report to ICS CERT was sent on July 31st.
And they responded, fuck no, you can't do that. I did.
Another excuse the vendor provided is that because the devices don't control traffic lights, there is no need for security. And then they say, this is crazy because while the devices don't directly control traffic control systems, they have a direct influence on the actions and decisions of these systems. That doesn't make sense to me. Explain it, James, as if you understood.
It's spaced out.
Cool. He says he will now reveal details of the hack at a conference next month after the firm failed to address the problem.
Let's talk about something better.
Yeah. No, that sucks, though, that if that's actually true. It's probably not. It's Daily Mail. Sorry, Daily Mail. You're great. Wait, what is this? Jamie just posted in the chat, all capitals, I couldn't take it anymore. Everyone was fucking my action figure.
Oh, it was in response to the sex doll thing.
No.
Yeah.
Soup Bully won't stop sending anonymous food deliveries to confused neighbor. That doesn't sound like...
Give him free food, man.
What?
Are you paying for the food yourself? Congratulations, you played yourself, man. You're spending all this money on soup so that your confused neighbor is going to get a free meal every night.
In an extremely bizarre move, a stranger won't stop anonymously seamlessing free soup to a neighbor's house. Naturally, the soup-hating neighbor is not pleased. Actor and comedian Hannah Solo discovered a complaint from the soup victim on her neighborhood's next-door message board. Probably not real then, if a comedian on Twitter posted it.
Guys, look at this. Oh, my life.
This totally real thing. How make this funny as I do? Seamless, here's the crime and safety post. Seamless soup orders is the title. Someone keeps delivering soup to my house with a note that says, soup from my perfect little soup boy. Sounds like something I would fucking write on someone's Venmo.
That's also, wait, say it again, the message?
Someone keeps delivering soup to my house with a note that says, soup from my perfect little soup boy.
That's like a creepy thing to say.
I appreciate the free food, but I don't like soup. Please stop this. What? Someone keeps delivering soup to my house with a note that says soup for my perfect little soup boy.
That's okay, so that note is creepy. That's a creepy thing to say. Unless
Yeah,
you
it's
know this
funny,
person
though.
and you're joking. But no, even still, that's like some psycho shit, man. Perfect soup for my perfect little soup boy.
Now, if this person was...
I don't know, is this person a comedian? Because that's funny.
Yeah, they're a comedian. The person that posted their post is a comedian.
Right, the person that posted the post that they saw next door, they didn't do the soup, though.
No,
Yeah.
they posted
So right.
posted in the soup. You know?
But the person who's sending the soup.
Correct. They posted the
that?
person sending the soup. They're anonymous. They have a blacked out, highlighted...
Oh, well then I don't care anymore. Next.
Fine, we'll talk about your fucking Mars thing.
Oh, I don't... Okay. Dude, I heard one of the
At least it's New York Times.
craziest theories. It's the epitome of a high thought, what I'm about to say. A thought that you'd have while high, for those that don't understand. Picture this. I'm just going to say it.
Can I put on some background music to enhance this?
Yes.
Do we need space sounds? What kind of sounds are we looking for?
Suspenseful space.
Suspense ambience. All right.
Vaping.
Now we're going to be going to horror and suspense, and this should work.
It's the year. It's the year 65 million BC. The dinosaurs are roaming the earth.
Right here.
Pterodactyl just swooped down and picked up an entire T-Rex.
Oh.
Oh. All of a sudden, a sonic boom. The big, giant asteroid shoots down at a speed that's inconceivable and hits the ground, causing an apocalyptic catastrophe.
The ground.
The dust settles. Thousands of years later. Asteroid still there. The asteroid opens. Adam and Eve.
Oh, God.
Pause it. So, no, it was literally just like a tweet, and someone was like, what if the asteroid, or like, what if humans had lived on Mars and had a whole, like, civilization on Mars, but used up all the resources, so they had to leave, but they could only send 2 people. So they sent Adam and Eve in a pod to Earth, and it was the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs.
They would send along with them recorded data if they're able to make it to another planet.
Not necessarily. Well, no, it's easily just not true.
Oh, that's a high thought. That's what you're
It's a
saying.
high thought,
That's a
yeah.
high thought. Oh
It'd be-
my God,
dude, that'd be the-
dude. I thought this was like a legitimate thing that you were pitching.
No,
at first.
that'd be the cool climax for a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, until people said the exact same things, and then you got a Prometheus issue.
Yeah, and whatever, dude. It's a movie. I have a really cool idea for a movie. It's like humans are basically like slaves to aliens, right, on this planet, and then it's like they have no idea what year it is and shit like that. But it's revealed like way, way later. It's like the year 4000 or something, right? 4 or 5000. And these humans escape, and then like some cave system, and they find these artifacts, and the artifacts are like petrified ancient like MacBooks and shit. And that's how they realize that they've been on Earth the whole time. You know what I mean?
Sorry, I was about to pitch you an idea.
Well, I'll be catching.
All right, let me put on some music.
So welcome to our new segment. This is the pitching hour. Dude, the pitching hour? Like the witching hour? React to what I just said.
The year is 2020. We join an Asian man named Phil DeFranca. He's sitting in his chair. Suddenly, he's transported back all the way to the medieval times. He looks around. A castle to his left. groomsman to his ride. He's in a informal wedding outside of the castle's reach. They were peasants. How did I get here? He thought.
How did I get here?
He thought, said. He walks around. He stumbles upon a rock, then keeps walking. Damn rock, he thought, and he made it into the castle.
Damn rock.
That's when another traveler came to him and gave him exactly what he needed to survive these times, these medieval times.
Is this going to help me?
A set of armor. It's bigger than one hand can hold. He puts the armor on, and now the title of the Asian man who went back in time and is now in armor.
Is.
And there's also a part of his armor that's able to get through. So there's a, and the title is, so there's a, have I pitched you this before?
Yeah.
Can't say it on a podcast.
Yeah.
Can't say the title on a podcast. Vicky,
Yeah.
did I pitch you that before?
No.
Probably good that I didn't. Were you able to surmise what the title of the thing was?
No, I wasn't listening.
So the title of it is,
Yeah.
something in the armor.
Right, I understand.
Not
you told me
something,
this
but
before.
yeah.
And I expressed my concerns. I think that probably if this went any steps further in the production, they probably changed the title.
I'm just saying, Asian actors are on the rise in Hollywood. Everybody knows it. Crazy Rich Asians. Why not my idea?
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying now, Vicky?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good title, right? Vicky's agreed. Vicky's
Vicky-
egregious.
Vicky's going to stop doing what she's doing right now.
Well,
She
you
just walks
You
away.
got better things to do. Is there a loogie on Pokemon Go?
Is there going to be?
There already was.
Shut up, bitch.
Sure.
Should we pitch more ideas?
Well, let me pitch you an idea real quick. This is to everybody out there. With revolving debt, that means you're not paying off your card every month and could be paying thousands in interest every year that you don't have to. I'm personally, you know what? I do have a personalized story. There are like two things that my Amazon card that I keep forgetting to pay because I don't have the card. They sent it to the wrong address. So I can't log onto their website every time conveniently, which isn't on Amazon. It's a separate fucking Synchrony Bank website. So stupid. So stupid how that works. And it's definitely causing interest and causing my credit score to go down, which is a bummer. So we're talking about Lending Club here. With Lending Club, you can consolidate your debt or pay off credit cards with one fixed monthly payment. Oh, God, that's convenient. Since 2007, Lending Club has helped millions of people regain control over their finances with affordable, fixed-rate personal loans. No trips to a bank, no high-interest credit cards. Just go to lendingclub.com, tell them about yourself and how much you want to borrow, pick the terms that are right for you, and if you're approved, your loan is automatically deposited into your bank account in as little as a few days. So this doesn't exactly apply to me because I do have the money to pay off the things that I'm not paying off, and it's more just I need someone that logs into all my accounts and does it for me. That's the main goal there. But if you don't have the money and you need loans to pay off all your debt, then Lending Club is the number one peer-to-peer lending platform with over $35 billion in loans issued.
Right.
So, James, do you have loans you haven't paid off? Student loans?
Yes.
Well, I wish you were here to hear about this then. But you can go find out for yourself, you bitch. Go to lendingclub.com/pine. Check your rate in minutes and borrow up to $40,000. Is that enough to call her?
That's exactly what I need. But here's my issue with that. Then I'd owe them.
Well, I would go over the talking points again. You'll just have to watch the video.
Right on.
That's lendingclub.com/pine. Lendingclub.com/pine. All loans made by WebBank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lending Club, for sponsoring the podcast. You're a new one, and we appreciate you.
Yeah, we hope you stick around. Have some fun.
Come back.
What was that?
Guys, go out there, get your loans. Come on, go get your loans.
Go ahead. On me.
Come on, go ahead, get
Go
your
ahead.
loans.
Go
On
ahead.
us.
Go ahead,
us,
on me.
On Lending.
What was that? Wasn't there a big thing that just happened with sponsorship, and it turned out to be bullshit? It was like that web therapy one, right?
Oh, that was something that Kib and Sammy Joe got involved in, right?
That was a book.
I didn't
Remember the book?
I didn't pay attention to it.
No. It was because Phil and Shane both endorsed this.
Oh.
And it was like a big thing. I forget the name of it, but it was like, I think it was like a web therapy or psychology thing.
I didn't follow it too heavily because I don't like to hear people talk bad about my Phil.
Right.
And
Or
I
my
try to
Shane.
shut that out. Yeah.
Your Phil or my Shane, yeah.
Phil and my Shane. You
No,
can't.
Your
hey,
Phil, my Shane.
You can't talk bad. You can talk bad all you want. You don't talk bad about my Phil and my Shane.
Hey,
okay.
well, I'm over here like I can do bad all by myself.
Hey, you got something to say? Make sure it's not about my Phil and my Shane. Okay.
My Shane, your
My
Phil.
Shane and my Phil.
Dude, Shane, come on our podcast, man. We'll get like 30K views.
He didn't respond to me on Twitter.
He's following 87 trillion. But
We wanted him
also
for
he
minor.
saw it. Yeah, we wanted, in a perfect world, we would have had Shane Dawson do a little cameo in the last part and obviously put him in the thumbnail. and called it
Just a thing.
and called it Shane Dawson's in our video, question marks.
That's the title of the video.
Of the fourth minus student subject. No, I'm playing. We would have though. I really liked that little. Oh, are we doing more pitching? The pitching hour. I'm telling you, this should be a thing.
A bride left behind. She scours the earth every night, trying to find her husband. Where are you? Where's her husband? Where are you? She can't find him. She goes back every night to her lonely room. Ghost husband lays in bed next to her. He's just a thought, though.
Hi,
THOT.
I've missed you, bad boy.
She reaches for his genital. It's just wood.
I need to put a mattress on this thing.
She lays in her wooden bed, getting backy kinks.
Ow.
And something's a weird smell.
Ew, yucky.
She falls asleep
Whatever.
and then wakes up. It's a new day.
Oh, great.
She's so excited to
day.
continue her day and find her husband.
Yay.
She travels the earth.
I wonder if we'll find him today.
She goes to China. And all she fucking finds are just a bunch of eggs. And the eggs are all hatching. And one hatches sooner than the other one. And it's a little pirate. And it's a little part of a pirate. And the little part of a pirate comes out and says,
I know you.
she screams, "No, you don't!"
I do.
And that's when she realizes it's her husband. Yay!
And that's when she realizes it's her husband.
Her pirate. Her husband's a part of a pirate.
From an egg. Wow, dude. So I don't think that one's going to get greenlit. Well, what's the style? What's the time?
I almost just asked the dumbest question I've ever asked in my life. Doing these improv things made me really worried about the state of our improv situation for Extra Life. I was going to ask when it was.
Oh
My
boy.
God,
You
dude.
need to-
It's been a long weekend. We've done Extra Life. We've done it.
Ben had done it.
We've done it. How many weeks ago? Two
About two.
weekends?
Yeah.
I know that because it ruined my experience for Cyndaquil Day on Pokemon Go.
Really?
I caught a few, not as many as I would have had I been here in the United
You were
States.
doing a lot. I remember you were walking a bunch.
Couldn't
And then
walk
we
as
ate
it
at
was
Style
cold.
Switch. We were at Style Switch for 4 hours, the Pokestop outside.
It was cold though. I didn't want to go further than
I have a shiny Typhlosion.
I have two.
Whatever.
They're not high IVs.
Why do you want more than one?
To find one I don't want more than one. I want one with I got 100% IV Blaziken.
That's dope. I love Blaziken.
Yeah.
I think Blaziken might be one of my favorite.
You know, he works great as a fighting type. He has counter and dynamic punch, which is a huge deal. And he fits certain subsets better than Machamp does. Vicky, how are we on time? Vicky says that we need to keep going for another hour. James is looking over to check the time code. Now, where is Kib right now? Should we call him?
I think he's on a plane.
Doubt it.
I think he's in a plane.
Wait, actually?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Well, I'll give him a call just in case. And just say what's up. I'm sure he'll can you answer a call on a plane?
No.
Ever? What if you connect to Wi-Fi?
Well, you're calling him. You're not FaceTiming him.
So if I FaceTimed him, he would be able to receive this.
I don't think so. Possibly.
Do you think he bought Wi-Fi? How long is the flight from Chicago? That's like 4 hours.
Yeah, about.
It's long enough for Wi-Fi. He's not answering the call.
We'll leave it at that, and we'll leave it at that.
But can you say what Kib would have said if I called him? I would pretend you're Kib. I'm me. Hey, bud.
Hey, buddy.
Just checking in. How you doing? How's Chicago?
I'm good, man. I'm on my way home.
Awesome. Yeah. Did you tell us that you weren't coming in today?
Oh yeah. No, I told you like so many times, and I put it in the calendar.
Yeah, that's true. There were a couple vids you didn't end up transferring to. Oh, you're on the podcast. By the way, you're on speakerphone. There were a couple. There were a couple vids you didn't end up transferring to the NAS, unfortunately. And
Really? Which ones?
James, do you remember?
Yes.
Was it 2 videos, or I mean, what were the videos?
It was 2 whole videos.
One of them was
One of them was a bowling video, and the other
a
one
bowling video.
was the apple orchard.
The apple orchard. So those 2 videos you didn't transfer.
Oh my God! No, I just totally forgot.
Okay.
Yeah, but you see the issue here,
Now we're gonna.
and we'll leave it at that because I don't want to get into more of that.
I just I have a little beef with him because I don't think he did a rebuttal to my comment that I left on our YouTube channel for the previous podcast about gun control. So I'm just waiting on that. And hopefully I didn't say anything this time that I'll catch flack for. If I did, just know that it doesn't matter to me. Just know that any, criticisms anything.
Just know that we don't know everything. We're only talking about what we're talking about and what we know at this moment. We don't know where the conversation is going to go. We don't know what's going to come up. We don't know everything about everything. Simple as that. Don't worry about it. If we're wrong, it's fine.
Dude.
Because we're not talking like anything's fact. I know for a fact that everything I say is false.
The worst part is I'll look at some comments that get a bunch of upvotes and they're wrong. And they're wrong. Some are right, but some that get upvoted, and it makes me not want to look at the comments.
Then don't.
I don't most of the time, just because there are people out there that are stupid. And that's okay. I'm stupid too. I look to the camera and to the people that I'm talking to.
I'm looking at you, Gerald.
So, sorry it could just be me and Lauren's boyfriend on the podcast today, but...
No, he had a great time.
Yeah. I think we're really excited for all our friends to get back, if they do. We have a couple things we need to shout out. When does this podcast come out? It comes out Wednesday?
Yep.
So we have a music video coming out on Rooster Teeth First on Friday. So you'll be able to get that
on
at
YouTube on Saturday.
2 p.m. PST on both of those. So Friday, Rooster Teeth First. Go sign up if you haven't yet. It's it's a banger. We're going to be uploading a lot more music videos in the foreseeable future.
Oh yeah, we're going hard on that. Music is our new passion. We're leaving the whole creator thing on the wayside. No, but seriously, we are working on a lot of music right now. Like, it's awesome. I think that we should have done this a long time ago.
Once again, we also have a P.O. box. Now, I did receive a startling email that said my payment didn't go through. Didn't know I was paying for the P.O. box. Didn't know I was paying for that. Did you guys know that? No. I didn't know that.
I did.
Kind of bummed about that. Don't remember doing that. How expensive is that?
Because it was set up in your name.
Why is that under... Okay, that's fine.
We'll talk about that off the podcast.
Yeah, you know what? That's a topic for a different...
But hey, we've got new merch out. We've got new hoodies, and we've actually got 3 new hoodies, 2 pullovers, 1 zip up, and we've got a brand new shirt, the SB7 logo glitch design. Really cool stuff. So check all those out. And I hope you guys were able to get some merch last weekend for Black Friday because we had some awesome deals going on. And if you didn't, just wait for Christmas money.
And for all you poor people out there, now you can have something that I don't. I lost my white Sugar Pine 7 hoodie.
Ooh.
Kind of bummed about that.
There was one more here, and I gave it to one of the relatives up north.
You bitch.
Hell yeah.
Why'd you do that?
She loves it.
Is she going to promote it on her social media platforms? Or is this a, lost cause, perhaps?
Well, she'll be wearing it around school.
The kids in school are going to fucking make fun of her, dude.
Fuck Sugar Pie 7. They haven't been good since season 1.
I like Damon Dobrik.
I love Dave and Dombre.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I like doing a 2-person podcast.
Me
it's
too.
A lot more focused. It's fun. We should see how this one does. It'll do the same, but we should, maybe every week is 2 people.
Vicky, how often did we talk over each other in this podcast?
Not as much as normal.
Now, is that because it's a 2-person podcast, or if we had... Yes?
Yes.
That makes sense.
So it's not because of one person missing.
Correct.
Jamie.
We should do a test next week. Also, next week on the podcast, I want to do a thing where we're blindfolded. I'm not going to explain it yet.
Are we doing a
But-
touchy thing?
What? No,
Touchy
God,
game?
dude, no. We're going to talk to each other blindfolded and see if we can figure out who we are. And we'll have a guest maybe that's blindfolded, and we have to. I don't know. There's just something.
We have voices that are different.
I think of
dude.
these fucking things that I don't want to do.
I think that you're thinking of bits and pieces of a game that already exists, where you put on a blindfold and you reach your hand inside a bag and you have to guess what you're touching.
the other end of the spectrum, Mimi's sterile. It's
We've
it is
got
what it is.
a wide selection of both fertile and non-fertile humans at this table.
It's true.
What's your experience like both being fertile and sterile? How does that go over?
It's not fruitful.
It's not fruitful.
No, that's not.
As it
isn't
wouldn't be. No, you're absolutely